Welcome to Brand Builders TV. Deep dive topics, tools and resources brought to you by global thought leaders from within the Brand Builders Club. This show gives you access to the strategies that you can use to move forward with ease and flow in every area of your life and business. In today's show, Simon shares how to eliminate parent guilt and the strategy behind if your children are happy, you're happy. If you're happy, your children are happy. Simon's mission is to help families to be happy, and if parents are suffering from parent guilt in any way, then they're not in the best place to be who they want to be for their kids. Simon started working with kids in 2013 and found his true vocation: inspiring kids to be happy and working with their parents to do just that. So sit back and enjoy today's show. Learn it, model it, and get shit done. Let's go.
Hi, good morning. Good morning to Brand Builders TV, and it's great to see you. Great to be back here live again on a Monday morning. I hope your week is getting off to a great start. So today I'm going to be talking about empowering parents to empower their kids. If you haven't seen me before, I'm Simon Benn, and over the last 7 years, I've been working with kids and with parents to help kids be happier, help them be more confident, help them make their dreams come true, and also make them bully proof as well. So bullies can't upset them. So my first work was with about 1,600 kids in schools, honing my process to empower kids. And now I work with parents, and I show parents how to empower their kids with the processes that I've honed, tried and tested, and proven processes. And over the last couple of years, I've been doing a lot of research. I had a lot of conversations with an awful lot of parents, done an awful lot of research online in terms of what is it that they want. And what they tell me is that they want their kids to be healthy. They want their kids to be happy. They want their kids to be successful. They want them to enjoy life and achieve what they want to achieve in the world. So to sum it up, it's all about their happiness, rather than what's their happiness first and what's in their bank balance second. So this is putting self-worth ahead of net worth. Okay, that's what parents tell me. Their hopes and dreams for their kids. On the other side, what are their concerns? Well, all sorts of parents are concerned about their kids lacking confidence, low self-esteem, low self-belief, kids inheriting kind of hand-me-down thoughts from parents who aren't perhaps so confident themselves. So they there's a lot of parents out there who aren't confident about improving their children's confidence. They tell me that they've got all these concerns, and they don't know how to address those concerns. They are struggling to address those concerns. They don't know what to do, and they don't know how to do it. So that's the essence of my approach, is giving them the knowledge, the skills, and the understanding that they need, so that they can take responsibility. They can take. They are empowered. They know what to do. They know how to do it to help them address their concerns with their kids, because they don't want their kids to have to go to a stranger, like some sort of therapist, and on one hand, and but on the other hand, they don't know what to do. And this is obviously a segment of the of the audience. People that don't know what to do. There's other people that know what to do, but they don't know how to do it. They know what they need. They know what they need. And a lot of them feel guilty about this stuff. So the fact that they know what they want for the kids, but they can't actually make that what they want a reality, that makes them feel bad as a parent. There's this horrible word that's being coined by somebody called parent guilt. I hate that word, because it makes what is a passing or a recurring, a passing or a recurrent thought or feeling, something that it keeps on coming back. It's a recurrent feeling, the feeling of guilt, the feeling that we're not doing enough for our kids, and it gives that feeling more kind of credibility, and then parents start beating themselves up. So it's like a snowball. The snowball that it gathers momentum and it gathers force, and that as more snow and more guilt get wrapped onto it, and that guilt weighs us down, and that guilt is not empowering at all. So I know that if I'm in a low space, for example, then I'm not empowered to move my movement forward, move myself forward to help more kids, empower more parents to empower their kids. So when we feel that we've got the weight on our shoulders, that slows us down in getting to where we want to be. That disempowers us, where what we want to be empowered. So the first thing that I want to say is that this is all about empowering you as a parent to empower your child. Because if you don't know what to do, if you don't know how to do it, then you're not going to be able to make your dream come true. And your dream is for your child to be a healthy, happy adult in a world where whatever's going on, pre-COVID, post-COVID, there's not a lot of happy adults out there. We see a lot of stress. We see a lot of people struggling with mental health issues. We see a lot of people, me too, yeah, I was one of these guys, waiting. We're waiting for something to happen for us to be happy. So we're waiting for the promotion that we want to make us happy, or in my case, for an others, we're waiting for our business to be a success before we can feel a success, or we're waiting till we get the next house that's finally going to do it for us and we're going to make a success, or we're waiting to get the house paid off, and then we'll feel a success, or we're waiting for the new car to arrive and then we'll feel happy. And all of these little things, or big things, we get a buzz when we achieve things. So when we move into that dream house, we get that car, or the child passes the exam and gets into the school, or the child graduates from university, and that we get a buzz. We get a buzz of achievement and adrenaline and feel good factor, and we think, but that fades over time, doesn't it? That fades over time, and we're back. Before we know it, we're back to where we were in terms of our own self-esteem, because we're all conditioned, as in we get hand-me-down thoughts from the world around us that external success and external possessions and that sort of stuff is going to make us happy. Getting that stuff and then it does for a short term, and then the happiness is gone. We're back to square one where we were before. So in terms of empowering you, my work is around empowering you about what you need to do to make your child happy. So what is it that you need to do? Well, you're going to need to pick up some new knowledge. You're going to need to acquire some new knowledge. You're going to need to learn some new stuff. Because if you don't, you can't teach what you don't know. You can't share what you haven't seen for yourself. So I share stuff about happiness, confidence, emotional intelligence, these sorts of things, positive psychology, practical spirituality, the essence of happiness, confidence, and resilience. I share that. I can share that with kids because I've learned a lot myself. I have learned about happiness largely by being unhappy. I have learned that happiness is an inside job from ticking all the boxes that we're supposed to tick in our British middle class society about happiness, and yet feeling completely empty. So great wife, no kids before before I talk about that one. So for some medical reasons, no kids, but a great wife, great surrogate kids in the firm of furry animals, pigs, a couple of Labradors, great lifestyle, great friends, great lifestyle, great house, great holidays, everything that you could possibly want. Great career success after a lot of false starts. I thought that the career success was going to make me happy, and it didn't. I hit a big number in my business. Hollow victory. Bit like when you see those film, when you see the sports stars on telly, and they've just got the Olympic gold medal, and they say it hasn't sunk in yet. What's actually happened is the expectation of the victory has been actually better than the victory itself. It hasn't lived up to expectations. They've thought that it was going to make them happier than it did. So first bit of knowledge that you need to pick up if you want to empower your child to be happy, confident, and resilient, which is what all parents tell me that they want for their kids, is you're going to have to understand where feelings really come from at a deep level, at a in your bones level, not a deep level, in your bones. So another thing is we're brought up on this idea that knowledge is in our heads, and that we get that, once we've got something in our heads logically, then that's going to change. Then that's all there is to know. Well, that's not how it works. In the same way as knowing logically how to ride a bike doesn't mean you can ride a bike. So to empower your child to be confident, resilient, happy, you're going to pick up some new knowledge. You need to pick up some new knowledge. You need to pick up some new skills as well. So these skills will be about how you share that knowledge with your child, how you coach your child to achieve what you want for them. What else are you going to? So you need to perhaps some, how to ask questions. How to inspire your child, and that means be, inspire comes from the word in spirit, which is, we're talking about the essence of who we truly are. That life force, that chi, that the ghost in the machine, the truth of who we truly are, our very essence. Gonna need to learn how to what that is, and how to tap into your child's the essence of your child, to bring their answers and their life force out of them. How do you allow them to tap into their true potential? So some knowledge, some skills, and then you're going to need to. What else are you going to need to kind of practice that, because we learn through experience. We don't learn through books. We don't learn from watching a video, even if it's a video something like somebody like me. We don't learn to do anything in that passive frame. You have learned to parent by being a parent. You have learned through experience, and that's where all the richness, all the goodies are. That's why the 10 ways to be a better parent stuff doesn't work, because whilst you look at it and everything, that seems logical. Yes, I get that. Well, once you've got to number 9, do you remember number 1? Have you tried that out? We live in a world that's obsessed by 10 steps, 10 steps too, 5 steps too, and they don't tend to work really, because we learn through experience, not by reading stuff in a book or a newspaper on a web page. But it's great clickbait. The publishers, whether they're newspaper publishers or website publishers, they need content that looks like it helps you or helps me. And because they're all funded by advertising, whether that's a Facebook advert from a coach, or an advert from Volkswagen to sell you the latest Volkswagen up. They depend on audience. They need readers, so they need content, and they need content that looks like it's going to work, but it doesn't work. If the tip stuff worked, then there would be no obese people in the world with that. There would be no nobody would smoke, because everybody knows they should stop smoking, but they don't, because abstract knowledge doesn't do with anything for it. And nobody would overdrink either, would they? Because we all know this stuff. We all know what we should do, but we don't know how to do it. We haven't had the big enough power. There's not enough power or actions behind our actions. So if you're going to empower your child, you're going to need to pick up some new knowledge, and then you can develop some new skills. So what's going to empower you to do that? Well, to put it in a very simple way, your feelings. We do the stuff as humans. We do the stuff that we want to do. We do the stuff because of the way that we feel. We are feeling machines. We do stuff because of the way that we know it's going to make us feel, and the way we are feeling when we're doing it. So, a little bit abstract, perhaps. Let me think of an example. So, simple as possible. The child is upset. The child cries. So, to change the behavior, we need to go upstream of it to the feelings. So how do you need to feel to empower your child? Well, you need to feel empowered yourself. You need to feel confident about increasing your children's confidence. And there's a lot of parents tell me they don't feel confident about that at all because they're lacking the knowledge and they're lacking the skills to do it. So our confidence grows with our ability, and a lot of parents telling me that they don't feel that they have the ability to do that. So how do you need to feel? You need to feel empowered. You need to feel confident. You need to feel positive. You need to feel relaxed. There's all sorts of stress involved in looking at this stuff. And what do you need to do about, what your child's suffering from some low self-esteem, some bullying at school, and people, it just goes round and round in our heads, doesn't it? Around and round in our heads when we're worried about our own flesh and blood. Well, worrying isn't going to get us anywhere. What's going to get us somewhere is taking action, and that's going to kind of reduce the stress, because once we feel we're taking action to address the problem, rather than sticking our head in the sand and hoping that it will go away. So empowered, confident, positive, optimistic about the future. How else do we need to feel to impact, to do all this stuff, to pick up this knowledge, to pick up these skills? We need to be open. We need to be open to learning new stuff. That would be my key one. Because we can't teach what we don't know. So, empowered, confident, relaxed, optimistic, open. We need to feel that this is doable, this is achievable. I guess that's another part of the optimistic stuff. So what I've done for that is, parents have got so much on their plate. I've stripped this down. I've stripped my process down to something that can have a meaningful impact for you within 4 hours. So I can talk about them, help you with the knowledge and the skills and the understanding for yourself, and also give you a process to empower your child, and all the tools that you need with it, all the physical resources. So this book, so my work is mainly for with parents of 8 to 11 years. So this is material that helps kids understand where their feelings come from, because if you don't know where your feelings come from, then how can you show your child? Now, I used to think that my feelings came from the outside world. So success would make me happy. But it's not like that, is it? Because feelings are an inside job. Our feelings come from our thoughts. And most of the time, we're not choosing our thoughts. Most of the time, we're feeling bad because we're not choosing our thoughts. Something else is. If we're not choosing, then something else must be. What is it? What is it that's choosing our thoughts, that are driving our feelings, that are driving our actions, that are driving our results? It's the rubbish that we've picked up as we've gone through life. So for me, it was the fact that I wasn't good enough. I wasn't a good enough scout when I was on scout camp and got bullied mercilessly by this 14-year-old lad for collecting wet wood that wouldn't burn. I wasn't good enough at woodwork at school. I wasn't good enough at school. I wasn't good enough, wasn't popular enough. I didn't have enough girlfriends, didn't have enough friends. All stuff. I'm not good enough. Now, you would have never known that most of the time because we're all putting a brave face on, aren't we? And then we see stuff on social media, and we compare the rubbish that's going through our own heads, our rubbishy and hearts. We compare our rubbish insides with other people's outside. So I put on a great fascia to the world. But the truth was that inside I didn't, and that's, I didn't think I was good enough. So most of our thoughts actually come from there. Most of our negative thoughts come from there. So clients tell me, parents tell me, mums and dads tell me, I'm not a good enough dad. I'm not a good enough mum. I should be doing more for my child. My child's suffering, won't go to school or behaving badly, but I don't know how to do it. And our whole, the self-esteem that people are trying to build is all based on not the true self, the perfection of who we truly are. It's like trying to polish a dog poo. That's what most self-esteem is, rather than seeing the perfection that you saw in your child's eyes, the perfection that you see in your child's eyes, the unconditional love that you have for your child, the love that you see in your child, that perfection. I often use this metaphor of the diamond. Most of us, most of the time, aren't seeing that. We're not paying attention to that. We're paying. This is a fake dog poo. We're paying attention to the poo that's in our head, the rubbish, the voice that tells us that we're not good enough, and the voice that says you can't learn how to empower your child, whatever this Simon Benn guy says. Most of the time we're listening to this, the rubbish, but this isn't us. This poo isn't us. This rubbish in our head isn't us. This is who we truly are. And that, helping you see that, well, let me talk about it from my own perspective, helping me see this, not in a big-headed way, but helping me seeing all our perfection. All our perfection. That's what's been the game changer for me. And that's what is the game changer for the parents that I work with. Helping them see that in themselves so that they can show their children help them see the perfection in them. See, kids know that their parents are biased. So they don't believe, as perhaps when they're younger, and this is a mass generalization, but as they get older, they believe you less and less in terms of when you say how brilliant they are. And parents are so upset, aren't they? You're so upset when your child can't see their brilliance. No matter how much you try to tell them how brilliant they are, they don't hear that message. So at its heart, and I'm all about heart, as I think you can probably tell, my work is about helping you empower helping you empower your child to see their brilliance. Because once they see that, they're going to change the world. Because happiness leads to success far more often than success leads to happiness. So that half an hour's flown by. If you want to find out more about what I do, check out my website, simonbenn.co.uk, and I'll see you next Monday. Thanks a lot. Bye-bye.
I hope that you've enjoyed the show today as much as we've enjoyed making it for you. If you've got anything out of this episode, please do tell someone else how they can subscribe to the Brand Builders TV channel at youtube.com/brandbuilderstv. Why not join us at our next Brand Builders Thinkubator, a global mastermind that we run every week to take away the loneliness of being in business on your own. For more information and to book your place, visit light.brandbuilders.club/Thinkubator. That's light.brandbuilders.club/Thinkubator. Until next time, be the ripple that you wish to see in the world, and we'll see you soon.